I had done a show once about a book called The Scar of Race. And the book was about negative things said about black people and how black people were more likely to agree with those negative things than whites. For example, blacks are likely to commit crime. Blacks complain too much. Blacks are lazy. Things that are very, very negative. And it turned out that fewer whites agree with these negative stereotypes than even blacks. And I was making that point. Jews, by the way, were the least likely to agree with the negative stereotypes, even though there's a great deal of animosity between blacks and Jews, according to the Anti-Defamation League. Anti-Semitism within the black community is about 2.5 to 3 times larger than in the non-black Gentile community. So that was the point that I was making. However, if you heard the recording, all the rest of what I said was left out. And it said, blacks are lazy. And you heard a click. Very amateurish editing. Blacks complain too much. You heard another click. So it was awfully put together. But I guess if you wanted to believe it, you could believe it. That's how amateurish they were. And by the way, they wouldn't even make themselves public for an interview. A couple of outlets began reaching out to them to talk to them about why they didn't like Larry Elder, and nobody would go on air. Nobody would go on the record. So here you have a group that might be 6 or 8 people, giving you the impression it was thousands. The leader of the group wouldn't even identify himself. We ultimately found out who he was, but he wouldn't even give an interview. And yet they were able to convince all these advertisers to stop advertising on my show. A couple of advertisers were so offended by this, not only did they not leave the show, they even purchased more airtime. So finally, because of David Horowitz's efforts, and my ratings grew even bigger and bigger, ultimately this boycott failed and these guys went away.